Citizens Economic Empowerment Commission, CEEC, is an organization that has been mandated by government to support the development of broad-based economic empowerment programs. On the 24th of November 2011, CEEC held a stakeholder consultations meeting on the draft broad-based generic codes and scorecards at Mulungushi International Conference Center. Mr. Tobias Mulimbika, Director responsible for industry at the Ministry of Commerce, said economic empowerment of citizens is a role that requires participation of both the public and the private sector. Mr. Mulimbika disclosed that the draft generic code has identified 7 critical areas where each economic sector will be mandated to contribute to citizens' economic empowerment. He explained that the 7 areas include equity ownership, management and control, preferential procurement, skills development, employment equity, and many more.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you are aware, economic empowerment of citizens is a role that requires participation of both the public and the private sector. Getting you, our partners, involved, the CEC Act, Section 24 through 28, calls for you gathered here to develop sector codes in your various economic sectors that will govern your practice.
And CEEC Acting Director General Daniel Sichombo said the issues which are constituted to develop the codes of good practices considered include extent of citizens, participation in economic activities of various sectors, employment equity in various sectors, enterprise development, market access, and business culture. Mr. Sichombo explained that the Commission concluded its consultations and now have the draft codes of good practices. He added that CEEC has targeted to come up with the final codes of good practices in the next 3 weeks, after which gazetting will commence.
That the Commission concluded its consultations and now we have the draft codes of good practices. We have targeted to come up with the final codes of good practice in the next 3 weeks, after which gazetting will commence. May I take this opportunity to inform the public that CEC is committed to undertaking all the economic empowerment measures as stated in its act, besides the providing of loans, which is generally known. To this end, we have commenced to develop the framework for employment equity plans so that all employers can address the prevailing employment inequalities. We are also gathering momentum in the implementation of the statutory instrument number 36 of 2011 on preferential procurement.
Meanwhile, CEEC Acting Director of Empowerment, Jeffrey Chomba, revealed that the Commission has already drafted the codes of good practice according to the directives given by the Minister of Commerce, Trade and Industry, Bob Sichinga, recently.
As a Commission, we have already developed the draft codes of good practice, and this document has been placed on our website so that the public can access it. We have asked them to look at it, provide their comments, and as a Commission we have taken a proactive step whereby we have visited 4 provinces, namely Northwestern, Copper Belt, Northern, and Lusaka, where we have gathered the stakeholders at a central place. We have presented the document to them and asked them to provide their comments on the document.
On the speculations that the Citizens Economic Empowerment Commission, CEEC, has suspended funding projects, CEEC Communications and Public Relations Manager Glenda Masebe clarified that CEEC has not stopped funding projects as it is being misconstrued by some sectors of the public. Ms. Masebe disclosed that to date the Commission has received a total of 4,933 applications demanding for amounts in excess of 800 billion kwacha.
The Citizen Economic Empowerment Commission, CEEC, wishes to give a guidance and clear the misconception that we have stopped funding projects. We wish to state that the Commission has not stopped funding any projects, as it's being misconstrued by some sectors of the public. To this date, I would like to report that the Commission has received a total of about 5,000 applications demanding amounts in excess of about 800 billion kwacha. This is against a total amount received from the National Treasury of about 176 billion. Currently, the CE has approved a total number of about 1,620 projects that are valued at 218 billion. However, only about 169 billion kwacha has been disbursed to the approved 1,427 projects. So this therefore leaves a funding gap of about 50 billion of about 193 projects approved. CEC has received quite a number of applications which have not yet been processed. You know, and this has actually given you know, the anxiety in the public as to why somebody brings application today, tomorrow they're expecting that the money will be out. But then what they are forgetting is that there are a lot of people that have actually responded to the CEC funding project. So quite a number is on the waiting list, and what we want to do is ensure that whenever we have the funding, all the applications that we've received will actually be attended to.